Hey guys, it's Dovid Konikov, and there's a woman by the name of Elica Le Bon who is just incredible across the board. And she released a video where she basically said, I'm done. I'm done pretending that Israel is to blame for any of this. She's completely gone over to the pro-Israel side. At first, she was like, well, jihadists are terrible, but I'm not so sure that what Israel is doing is so great. Now she's completely understanding that really the jihadists are to blame for everyone's calamities. Check it out.
Can I tell you what game I'm no longer playing? After learning today that the Bieber's babies were choked to death with bare hands, and then their bodies were mutilated with rocks to make it appear that they died by bombardment. Can I tell you what game I'm no longer playing? I'm no longer playing the what about game. You know why I'm not playing the what about game anymore? Because I'm done pretending that all of this isn't on Hamas. Because on October 7th, when Hamas invaded Israel and slaughtered 1,200 civilians, including children, not just the Bieber's babies, we watched it on those GoPro cameras, they didn't just invite a retaliation, they demanded a retaliation. You know how they did that? By kidnapping those civilians, those babies, and taking them back to Gaza. And because they did that, they are the cause of the ensuing war. And I'm going to explain to you why this is true by the principles of causation, which includes but-for cause and proximate cause. The but-for cause means that if it was not for Hamas's actions on October 7th, there would be no resultant war on October 8th. Because Hamas are the but-for cause of the war that ensued on October 8th, Hamas are responsible for the casualties, for the death and destruction that ensued on October 8th. Proximate cause means that those deaths, that destruction would have been foreseeable to Hamas when it committed the atrocities on October 7th. Because that death and destruction was foreseeable to Hamas when it committed those atrocities, Hamas are responsible as a proximate cause for the death and destruction of the resultant war. The other thing this morally confused world can't seem to figure out is that while all deaths are the same, all killings are not the same. Our criminal justice system does not center around death, it centers around killing. Killing is to do with the intent of the killer. So when you say, what's the difference between this and this? The difference is in the killing. Yes, all deaths are the same. They come with the same suffering. They come with the same mourning. They come with the same loss. They come with the same heartache of the parents, of the family. All deaths are the same, you're absolutely right. But all killings are not the same. But all of it, same or not the same, is on Hamas. All of it is on the jihadists that have been doing this to the Middle East for 1,400 years. You're right. You're absolutely right. It didn't start on October 7th. You know when this began? It began in 622 AD. And we, the indigenous people of the Middle East, including the Bieber's babies, including the half Yemenite, half Ashkenazi babies, both indigenous to the Middle East, are still paying the price for jihadism. 1,400 years. You are goddamn right. This didn't begin on October 7th.
Wow, powerful words. And she, obviously noted that the Bebas babies were killed in such a way that they try to cover their crimes. So they obviously suffocated them, in November. So this wasn't during the taking. This is a deliberate killing, as well as then after they, threw rocks to essentially disfigure them to make it look like this was an airstrike, like they died from an Israeli airstrike. So completely disgusting, completely dehumanizing. And this is what we're dealing with. These are savages, and she calls them out for what they are. And they are responsible for everything that has ensued since October 7th and beforehand. For more, subscribe to the channel. If you want to help us make more of these videos, you can go to buymeacoffee.com Jewish Uncensored. And check out Elica Le Bon on Instagram, X, and I'm not sure if she's on YouTube, but TikTok as well. Thank you, and have a good one.